Hi everyone, my name is Michael Sam and welcome back to the episode 4 of Open Mic. Today I have Sam Eisenstadt and David Culebras from Black Demons today as our guests. So we'll get started. David, how you doing, man?
Great, thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
I probably pronounced your name wrong.
It's Eisenstadt. It's Eisenstadt. You said Eisenheit or something? I've never gotten that one.
Okay, well, first time for everything.
I'll take it, yeah. You got the Eisen.
Where's that name from?
I've heard it's from Austria and like Germany, but I did like those like 23andMe things, and I got a good section in Austria, Germany area, so I think right around there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and where are you from in the States, Coach?
I'm from New Jersey.
New Jersey.
Yeah.
All right. What about you, David? Where are you from?
I was born in Cádiz, in the south of Spain, but I grew up in Madrid.
Okay. I actually went there this past spring for Easter, so it was beautiful.
Yep.
Really beautiful.
Yeah. So
Windy.
Spain is
Where
in
is
Spain.
that? Is it on the edge of Spain or?
It's in the south. Yeah,
The south of Spain?
Cádiz is in the edge. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
In the border.
It's
Yeah.
one of the oldest cities in Europe, right?
Yeah.
Man, right by Africa, baby. First off, I just want to congratulate you guys on your undefeated season. You guys beat Osos in the National League Championship game. You guys want to kind of walk me through that?
From the game or from the beginning?
From the
of
beginning
season?
of the season to that championship game.
Yeah, Culebras, you go first, buddy.
I mean, since the beginning of the season, I felt like it was a special season because we really did a team, like a brotherhood, and we worked pretty hard each other, and we reached the main target that was be championship, you know.
Okay. So what do you think of your head coach? And be honest.
Former.
Be honest.
Former.
What do you think of your head? He's still your head coach.
In my short life, football life, I just had like 2 or 3 head coach.
Mm-hmm.
I think Sam is one of the best because he really knows how to manage a team, how to manage with the people, how to handle with the troubles, and it was amazing. Can be coached by Sam. I'm really grateful, man.
Do you think that we need Spanish guys and maybe even Europeans need more coaches like Coach Sam?
Yeah. I think the Spanish football has a lot to learn by the American football, and this starts saying the coaches to the players. And I wish all the Spanish coaches gonna be like Sam, like coach like Sam.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to give props to our offensive coordinator though, because I seriously think Potes, he could be coaching in the United States. I mean, he eats, breathes, and lives football like every second. We're in the bar and he's every time watching like Tennessee play Alabama or something. And he was a huge part of our success. He was a great coach. I just feel really blessed from the beginning. I was surrounded by great guys like Culebras and great coaches and a great infrastructure with the Black Demons. And I came in with a vision, and that was my 3rd year being a head coach. And during the off season, I took a lot of time to think about like what did I want the team to look like? How did I want the culture to look like beyond wins and losses? And I came up with the structure and I presented it to the team, and it was awesome because the guys bought in and we were doing it all season long. We were close and these guys made it easy. And I think even in that last game, you could see that our heart, what we had formed as a team, I believe is the reason we were able to win that game. Because it was a close game, but our team just doesn't give up. We didn't freak out or panic, maybe a little bit, but we could reel it back and be under control and just focus on our job and stick together. And we did something the club's never done before. So I feel super honored and and really happy that I got to have that experience. And people always say it, but it's about the people, and I wouldn't change anything about the group I coached, and I'm just super grateful for the experience. It was awesome.
That's awesome, Coach. Sometimes it doesn't always have, for a team's success, it doesn't always have to be about the talent. Sometimes it has to do with the organization too. And I think Black Demons and Osos are one of the top organized teams in the country. And Osos won the national team championship last year. You guys won it this year. What can other teams learn from your success and how a team is run from within?
You start.
I don't know. You start first, man. Your time.
Okay, so I think the Black Demons do such a good job starting young, and they have these programs, and that seems to be the difference, and can be the difference in America too. When you have great Pop Warner programs and great fundamentals, and you have good coaches, and you're teaching these guys the right things, it makes it so much easier. So I would say it's more of a long-term investment. There's no like quick Band-Aid fix. I mean, yes, you could bring in a great import and that can make a difference, but to really have great coaches and to invest in that and to invest into the younger players, so once they get to the higher level, they have great fundamentals, and then it's an easy transition, and it just brings the level higher than the other teams that aren't investing in that. So I think that's a huge part of it.
Yeah, I mean, in Ath to like in the same line, same as the coach, I think in Black Demons we've been working too much in our academy, in our under 19 team, and now some of those players that are growing up are joining to the first team, and I think that this is one of the best things that we have, because if you work hard from the beginning of the football careers of those people, that's gonna be awesome, because when they reach the 20 years old, they're gonna start like in another level, you know. And in my case, no, because I've just been playing football for 2 seasons, but I have teammates that start to play maybe 16 years old in the junior team.
I'm sorry to cut you off, David, but you're already about to play in another level, in a higher level.
Yeah.
You know,
in
2 weeks.
Yeah. No, I mean, my case is maybe one of our case, because it's not normal. I think I have a pretty short football life, so I don't know how to explain my example, but the junior team, the Black Demons Academy, works pretty hard and help us a lot to win the championship.
Yeah, in Culebras' case, I think like when you have great coaches and you've created this environment, it can accelerate the learning process for a guy like him, because he's being pushed by all the guys around him every day, getting great coaching advice, getting the mindset to play at a high level. And if you have a guy that wants it, like him, and a guy that's physically gifted, yeah, so it happens, and you made it happen. Yeah.
Coaching is so important, and I'm going to use myself as an example. I wasn't a big time recruit coming out of high school, but I was determined to be good, and it took 5 years for me to be on that high platform. It took a building block. So it's a process, and if you trust the process and trust your coaches, great things can happen. How old are you, David?
Right now I'm 20 years old.
20 years old. When's your birthday?
In 27th June.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
You're about to be
Yeah.
21. Okay. And how old are you, Coach?
26.
26. Oh, wow. You guys like 5 years apart. 5 years apart. My God. And how did you get involved in football?
I was doing weightlifting for 2 years when I was 16 or more or less, and I really wanted to play a team sport, because in weightlifting you're alone. You have your club, you have your teammates, but really you are alone. And I really want to share, like, the sport, collective sport vibes, and right now sorry. In 2 years ago, I was thinking on start to play rugby, and I was a old friend that was playing in the Black Demons, and he told me, like, yo, why don't try first football,
You made the right choice.
Yeah. I had a try on Monday with the Black Demons, and I had a try on Wednesday with a rugby team, and I was there on Monday. I just make my first practice, and I was thinking, like, wow, this is another new world. This is awesome. The people, the coaches, the team, because I was practicing with one of the best under 19 teams in Spain. For until now is the best. And I said, pues, why not to try here, and here we are, man.
Here we are. So, awesome. Coach, was this the Black Demons your first team in Europe that you coached?
No, the first team was the Örebro Black Knights. They're in Örebro, Sweden, and that's where I met my fiance.
Oh,
and,
okay.
So it's been quite a journey out here. This is my 4th year in Europe. It's definitely been some of the best experiences of my whole life.
Okay.
But yeah, I started because I was at UC Davis.
Yeah, I was just about to ask, how does a guy from New Jersey end up in Sweden, getting married, or being engaged, and ending up in Spain? How does that happen?
Okay, let's just say that was not the game plan. The game plan was to start out with college football and see how I liked it.
Yeah.
And I was at UC Davis, and some of the coaches I heard on the staff, like, oh, did you hear Speckman's son is the head coach of this new team in Sweden? And I was like, wow, that's interesting. Like, there's football out in Europe, and that kind of opened my eyes. And then some of the guys on the staff were like pushing me. They were like, hey, dude, like, if you can make it happen, you should go try Europe. It's a great experience. And I thought about it for like 2 weeks, and then I was just like, why would I not? I'm 23, like, let me go have this experience, and we'll see how it goes. And so I hit him up, and they said, do you want to be the defensive coordinator? I was definitely not ready, but I feel like the last 3 years or 4 years, I've just thrown myself into the fire. And I would definitely tell anybody it's some of the best way to learn football, because I've had to expand how I look at it and not just be like, oh, I just coached the DBs. Like, when I became a defensive coordinator and a head coach, I had to see the big picture. I had to learn about defensive line. I had to learn about linebackers. I had to learn about more about DBs and more about offense. And it's been a great experience. And now I feel like I really understand football. And it's like simple. And I feel like sometimes it's overcomplicated. But I'm super grateful for how everything's going.
No matter what happens from now and going up forward, you have already won. You're engaged. You just won a championship. Now you with Barcelona Dragons. How did that come about, by the way?
So my goal, I was in Sweden for 3 years, for 5-month periods, and then I come back to the U.S. But my goal, I had seen the ELF, and it seems really like an awesome league. And I wanted to try to take it to the next step and to the next level. And So I was like, all right, I'm going to go coach in the ELF. That's my goal. So I was hitting up all these teams, wasn't getting too much of a response back. But then on Europlayers, our general manager for the Black Demons, he reached out to me and said, hey, do you want to be our head coach? And the season ended before the ELF started. So I was like, yeah, like, let's go, let's ride. And obviously, so happy I took that experience. And then the universe, it all works out because they had a combine in Madrid to recruit players to the Dragons. And I was like, I'm going to go there. And I found Bart, talked to Bart, and said, hey, are you looking for any more coaches? They said, one more coach. We're looking for a DB's coach. And I was a DB.
Wow.
And that's my
Wow.
And that's my favorite position to coach. So it's really been a dream. And I played safety in college, and now I'm the safeties coach here. So couldn't have worked out better.
Yeah, man. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So what do you think of the talent here in Spain?
The talent here in Spain, I think these guys are super talented. Not the biggest, not the fastest in all of Europe. But like I've said before on the previous Meet the Coaches video, it's the heart and the passion. These guys just never stop. The motor, like you look, like as coaches, we look for guys with great motors. And it's like every single guy has a great motor in Spain. That it's just how they were raised, the culture, or whatever it is. But that makes such a big difference, and they really care. It's like they come together and they care, and I think that's the heart that can't be measured, and that's what this team has. So I think we're very special as a group.
So when you found out, David, when you found out you were going to Barcelona, were you scared that you had to play against Darius Slade?
We have a joke with Varela with the tackle. We was worried, because this is another level.
Yeah.
I mean, it's best players, best coaches, best teams, and we were worried about play against players like Darius or like the other players in the ELF. But I think we are lucky because if we can practice against this kind of players, we're gonna learn, we're gonna improve ourselves, and it would be easier in the games in the ELF and this stuff.
Absolutely. I see every time when I go to watch you guys one-on-one pass rush, you guys are competing hard, and then afterwards I see you guys talking, sharing advice, sharing, hey, maybe you should do this, maybe you should do that next time. So you guys are learning from each other, and it's going to only make you better. Yeah. I think Darius is doing a great job. I think Benji's who's huge too, is doing a great job, and so is vets like Danny Franco and Bowen. Yeah. So my next question for you: how did you end up? Excuse me, I'm sorry, I already asked that question. So who's your favorite DB and why?
Shit. I don't know if I could say that.
Yeah, you can.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can. It's all good. It's a safe space.
Oh, okay.
It's a safe space.
Safe space. Favorite DB. Okay. All right. Sorry, guys. I apologize. Felix, you're my favorite DB.
Why? Why is he your favorite?
I would have to say Felix just because the guy is so hungry to learn and he's very open-minded. He's switching over from linebacker from 2 years ago. He played DB last year, but he's just like an open vessel. Like he takes in all the information, and you gotta give him props because he logged 3 hours and 20 minutes of film, which you can check on Huddle. And this guy's just putting in the work, getting better each day. And he has a great attitude, and he's a great person. So everybody else, you keep working, but Felix, you got it.
Okay, so what are going to be the challenges for our DBs this year?
I think challenges, I think each team presents different challenges. I think speed is always, if a team has a speedster, as a guy that really like can fly, I think that's always going to be a challenge. But yeah, man, I don't see any like particular challenges. I feel really confident about our group, and I think we work hard. I think the chemistry is really good. It's basically the same group as last year with a couple of changes. So we're just going to keep building and keep improving.
Exactly.
Yeah, feel good.
Exactly. So, David, what are your short-term goals and your long-term goals for this season?
For this season, my personal goals are playing as much as possible. That if Coach Nuno trusts on me, I really love to play, and I would love to play ELF. And I really want to improve as a player. I really want to learn as much as possible from the Coach Nuno, who is a machine, because he knows. For me, is awesome, because he really dominate the O-line, and I want to take I have to take advantage to have Coach Nuno as my coach, and I really want to win another ring. If I'm here, I really want to it. So we're gonna work as much as possible, and let's see. But my main goal right now is to learn and win the championship.
I love your attitude, bro. You're 20 years old, and you have your eyes set on a championship, and I love that. I love your determination. Speaking of your position, Coach, what are you asking questions in the meeting rooms? Are you how are you trying to get the best? Because, I don't know if he's going to be here in Spain after the season, but you will be. Yep. So you can teach other guys what you've learned from him. So how you plan on doing that?
Yeah, I mean, we're very lucky, because probably he's going back to US to follow his career, but we have to learn a lot of knowledge by the coach, because it's really important to share it in Spain. For example, in Black Demons, we have a really younger talent online, and I would love to help them with all this knowledge.
Yeah, exactly. Because you're a player and a coach too. Maybe not official, but you're a player and a coach. You teach others.
Yeah.
Good. So who's the hardest working O-line?
The hardest work?
Yeah.
For me, is the mental work.
I'm sorry, the hardest working O-lineman.
Sorry.
Sorry.
The hardest worker,
who's the best O-lineman?
Okay.
Puts in the most
Okay,
film,
yeah.
does
Yeah.
the most rep. Yeah.
I really like how Elvis works, because he's always trying to help each other, trying to help the others, trying to improve himself. He's a really happy player, because I love that. I love good vibes when everywhere in my life, and I would say Elvis. Yeah.
Okay. Elvis is a good player, and he's improved so much, and I think he's taken on a leadership role from last year. So he is doing a great job. Compared from Black Demons to this team, what's your comparison from Black Demons and the Dragons?
I would say here is bigger. It's more people working here, more people, more players, more. The organization I think is better, because here we have a lot of people working for us. But finally, it's like the same. It's a football team. We're all teammates. We have our coaches, and I'm really comfortable here, because for me it's very similar to Black Demons.
Coach, you're a young guy who's building up his resume.
Thank you.
Do you have an awesome resume too? Do you have any ambitions of coaching in America?
Yes. I mean, I'm not looking too far ahead, but I don't love the college football just because I see those coaches and it's literally 24/7, and I want some freedom in my life, and that's the great part about Europe is it's not 24/7. We get some free time, but maybe professional, like down the road. I'd love to coach for the Jets. Jets, if you're listening, send me off.
I feel you. So what are your short-term and long-term goals?
Short term, I'll just keep it to the season. But short term is to get better each day with the safety group, and I'm really just trying to like set a clear goal for myself and be intentional, and just say like, hey, I'm trying to be the best safeties coach I can possibly be, and help these guys prepare and be ready for game number 1, but take it one day at a time. And then long-term goal is have the best safety unit in the ELF. You know, I think we have the guys. I think Coach Black has a great scheme, and I think it's very possible. So obviously number 1 goal is winning a championship, but my own personal goal would be to have the best safeties group in the ELF.
Those are very achievable goals too. Where do you see the ELF in 5 years?
Oof. Man, I have no idea. I think about even next year, but I haven't like really thought about 5 years down the road. I think the possibilities are very like open and limitless, and I think people have really high like visions for the people that are running this. Like, they have a great vision for it. So, man, I don't know. It could be very well known across Europe in 5 years, because I know people want it to be there, and people are pushing for it to be there. And to me, I've said this, and I truly mean it, I think it's one of the most exciting, coolest leagues in the whole world. To have, I mean, it's like NFL Europe. It's like you get the best players, basically national teams, with 4 American imports and European imports, and it's really good level football, and you get to be around some of the coolest cities in Europe. It's like, to me, it's one of the coolest leagues in all of the world.
Any changes you think the ELF, the league, should do to continue on its success? Any changes that you think you'd like to see or that you know of?
Any changes? Shoot. I think just getting the outreach, obviously growing it within Europe, but I think it could be something that in America, Americans could be interested in. Yeah. And because I think what leagues have tried to do is create a spring league that people are actually interested in, the XFL, the USFL, like they're trying to do it. And I don't see why people wouldn't be very interested in the ELF. And then, hey, like for the summer vacation, go see your team, go see a live game, and visit one of the coolest cities in Europe, your choice. Like, exactly. You have a bunch of choices. And they're about to bring betting into this, and everybody loves betting, especially in America. Yeah. So, I mean, it's limitless, man. it's limitless. Yeah. I don't know, man.
That's great. That's a great point of view, Coach. The possibilities are limitless. I think we do need, help from, executives from the NFL to kind of, pay more attention to this league to help it grow in that way. David, how can we get Spanish guys more interested in playing football? Because I saw a rugby match, and there were some huge guys, huge fast guys. So like, why the hell are you not playing football? Yeah. So how do we get more guys, Spanish guys, playing football?
I think the main problem is the visibility, because when I start to play football, everyone's asked like, rugby. No, it's football. It's a different sport, you know. Most of people doesn't know the difference between rugby and football, you know. So our job now is to show up what is football, and try to recruit people, huge people, like to coach from zero, and we have to show up our sport, because I think football has is a very interesting sport, because it's from outside it's just a violent sport, just huge hits and this stuff, but it's a really strategic sport, so we have to show up it.
What about you, Coach? How do you think you can get more guys to play this sport?
Man, I totally agree with you, because we shared a field with the Black Demons, with the rugby team, and I'm like looking at these guys, I'm like linebacker, I'm like tight ends, D-line, I'm like, geez, like come over to the American football side. It's tough, because those teams, obviously, they're not just going to lay down and let their players be taken. And they're going to fight for their players, and obviously they're very committed to rugby. But hopefully, as the ELF's growing and we're performing and doing well, hopefully the word gets out. Hopefully, across their social media feed or something, they see some American football, see the excitement around it, and maybe we could have some secret agents go in and have some conversations.
Some recruiters?
Some recruiters. Because I'm telling you, Mike, I couldn't agree more with you. There are like these great big athletes in Spain, and a lot of them play rugby. And I think a big reason for that is because these guys can really get paid better, and with rugby there's more money in it within this country. But maybe that's changing with the ELF, and maybe guys will start to think twice.
Okay, that's a good observation. Other than our first game against Switzerland, who you excited to play for? I'm sorry, play against.
To play against, I don't really know personally the Swedish D-line, but I'm excited to play against Gabi. This is a Spanish O-line.
I just said other than Switzerland. I just said other than Switzerland. What team are you excited to play against?
Sorry, man. I want to play against Tirol Riders. Yeah.
Okay.
Because Manu Lorthin, that is was team last year teammate from Demons, Black Demons. He was playing there the last season, and I talked with him about Tirol Riders, and I'm excited to play against him. Yeah.
What about you, Coach?
He took mine, so
Raiders.
That was already, yeah. It was the Raiders. I mean, their stadium, man. They got an awesome stadium, mountains in the background. They've been a historic team throughout Europe for a while. So I think it's just going to be a really cool environment to go play in.
And you might be going back to your roots.
Yes. And I'll probably see one of my ancestors in the crowd.
Okay. David, how do you prepare yourself for a game?
Before the game, I really like to listen to music, like in my whole work.
Seem like an opera guy.
Yeah. But for me, it's a mental war before the games, because I used to be really nervous, and I try to relax myself before the games. Yeah. Doing mental reps, imagine like perfect situations, like doing pancakes, doing big plays, but just trying to relax. Yeah.
Do you have the same routine like always, or you kind of just go with the flow?
I don't have a routine. No, I just flow. Yeah.
Hello. About you, Coach, you have a game day routine, or how do you prepare yourself?
I think like preparation itself is a big part of my process, and just knowing exactly like what I need to be prepared for. It's like in football we say do your job.
Yeah.
I have a job too, and I gotta prepare for it and make sure, okay, I feel great about doing my job. That allows me to relax. I also do some meditation and visualization, kind of like Culebras was saying. Like, I try to visualize, like, how do I want to be on game day? How do I want to feel? And that usually sets me up to, like, actually enjoy the process, because I've had times where, like, I don't do that, and then I'm in the game day and I'm not actually enjoying it. I'm, like, in my head or, you know, whatever it is. But I want to enjoy game day, so yeah, that's part of my process.
When you prepare yourself, you know, at your best, you're more confident.
Yeah.
You play more confident. It's whatever you do. It doesn't matter if you're, you know, videotaping, you know, what I do for the team before and after practice. As long as you prepare, you feel more confident and you can play your best. So what are your thoughts on the new team going to be in Spain and Madrid, David?
I think it's my
What?
feelings or.
Oh, hold on.
No.
What happened?
So why do you have to ask that question, man?
Because it's people
We're
want to
right
know.
here with the Dragons right
Right
now.
here, right now.
Yeah.
So I know it's people want to know. I want to know. What are your thoughts?
I think it's always good for football to have as much professional teams as we can. We have to see if we have enough talent in Spain to keep the level like high as Barcelona Dragons have been doing these 2 last years. But I think if we manage with it good, it would be awesome for Spanish football. Yeah.
I agree. I think it's going to come down, can they recruit coaches? Can we get the coaches? Because I think the talent is there. It's just the coaches.
Yeah.
If you get the right coaches in the right spot, then I think it can be a good thing. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think it's a good thing. Overall for the league, it's a tough thing within Spain, like Culebras is saying, like that. You know, we got to see if there's enough homegrown talent. But I think there is. There's going to have to be, like, trying to get guys to come back because there's a lot of players that are European imports this year. I think that's going to be important. But there's a lot of excitement in Madrid around them bringing in a team. And, I mean, I think it's a good thing for them. And we'll see how everything goes. But I think both teams are going to have to get creative and come up with solutions if they want to both be successful.
Yeah. So, guys, anything you guys want to say to Black Demon fans, the Barcelona Dragon fans? Now's the time.
Your turn.
Yeah.
Dragons fans, come support us on September 3rd, I believe.
June
Whoa.
June 3rd.
Yeah.
June, that's
Wow. Okay. Come support us on June 3rd. That's crazy. September 3rd.
I know.
Okay. And Black Demons, thank you and support us as well. We got a lot of players on the team this year for the Dragons, so you're going to get to see a lot of familiar faces, and it's going to be fun.
Yeah, for the Dragons fans, as Coach Sam said, like please come to support us. We need you. And for Black Demons, see you next season.
Guys, thank you for joining this episode. We'll see you next week.